Hello, everybody. Nadia Melton here. I'm your host for tonight's training, and I want to welcome you to the Six Figure Express with Mr. Todd Falcone. So if you are a new network marketer, if you're experienced in our profession, and you're really just almost there, you're ready to speed up your way to six figures and above, can I just tell you, Todd is your guy. We have people calling in from all over the place. So, and of course, if you're watching the recording, welcome out. We're so humbled and excited to see you here. I promise you guys, this training is going to absolutely blow you away. So John and I co-founded My Lifestyle Academy, and we wanted to put together a platform that brings forth the most premium training content when it comes to taking your home business, your online marketing, your lifestyle, your personal brand to that next level. And so tonight we are literally tingling with joy because, can I tell you guys, I've been a huge fan of Todd's for many years. Matter of fact, he's been in our industry, a professional inside our industry for 25 years. I call him a seven-figure man. This is somebody that gets paid a huge amount of money to travel around the world and train people to go pro inside this profession. And so my husband and I have had an opportunity to actually spend time with him, become friends with him. And can I tell you, I so appreciate him for who he is. Not only is he like ultra successful clearly with what he does. He trains the trainers inside this industry, but also when you get a chance to spend some personal time with him, he really has a heart of gold. And I'm telling you guys, he is such a giver. And so the information that he puts out is second to none. So we're so very excited to have him on, Todd. So this actually happens to be our very first training and hopefully not the last training. And here's what I'll recommend that you do. As I bring Todd on, I'm telling you, you have got to take notes, because if you just apply, if you take 10% of what he teaches you and you apply it to your business, I promise you, you're going to see tremendous increase in your bottom line. So with that being said, you also want to stay until the very end because we have some very special announcements for you. Let me introduce to you what I call a seven-figure man, the trainer of the trainers inside network marketing industry, the legend, Mr. Todd Falcone. Todd, are you there?
Nadia, I am right here. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I am living the dream, Todd. What can we say about that?
I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And so the network marketing space is just so rich with really fun, cool people that just to have connected with you guys and get to know you more over the last couple of years has been a blessing for me as well. And I'm excited to be sharing with your audience this evening on what I think is a really important subject, and that's speed. How do we speed up the process of being successful? So thank you so much for having me. And I've got a lot of information to cover, so I want to really dig right into it. This is a training webinar, so definitely do take notes. And I'm going to warn you guys before we get into it that I'm going to go hard and heavy at you, okay? You wouldn't have been on this webinar taking time out of your schedule if you're not interested in trying to figure this game out. When I started network marketing 26 years ago, I wanted to be successful at it. I didn't want somebody to, entertain me for the sake of entertaining. I want to know how to do it. And just tell me the truth, man. Tell me how to do this business so I can make money at it and be successful. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be very serious tonight. Now, here's the thing. I'm also going to say this. I'm going to say a few things on purpose that you may have heard before. And here's what happens. This is what I found, okay? There's two types of people. Person number one says, oh, my gosh, I've heard it before. Man, what? I got on this webinar and I heard that one before? What the heck? And then they tune out. The second type of person is you. That's the person who goes, oh, my goodness, I've heard that before. Wait a minute, I've heard that before from other very successful people that I aspire to be like. Maybe instead of me blowing that off, I should ask myself, is that actually appearing in my life? Because the thing is, we hear things, but is it really actually appearing in our lives? That's the thing. So I want to preface with that. Now, the theme of tonight is speed. Here's the thing. In all the years I've done network marketing, never once met a single person that said, oh, my gosh, Todd, please show me how to how do I make the business go slower? Can you make the check just slow down a little bit? It's happening all too fast. And I say that kind of jokingly because, I mean, I know what it's like to not make it happen fast. I struggled my first couple of years in network marketing before I, got on the, the pathway to success. And the stuff that I'm actually teaching you tonight is what took me from slow to fast. And I've got a lot of information to cover with you. I've got limited time. I'm going to, at the end of this, I'm going to give you an execution plan for those of you that want to really move forward in this business in a major way. So you definitely want to stick around for the execution plan part of this and take notes as much as you can. I know you're not going to be able to absorb every single piece of this, but because I got a lot to cover. So let's get into what it takes to fast track your way to success. Okay, this is a formula that I teach everywhere I go, MASS, M-A-S-S. It stands for this: mindset plus action plus skill set equals success, okay? That is what I believe is the formula for success as an entrepreneur in network marketing. Where your head is at in relationship to this business has everything to do with your success. You have to have the right mindset. You've heard mindset, and sometimes it's like almost gets to the point where we're like, oh, mindset. Oh, my goodness, I'm so sick of hearing mindset. What do you mean? Adopt a successful mindset. Oh, my goodness. But here's the thing. Some people come and they're like, well, give me the magic potion thing, because that has to be more to it than that. I mean, it can't be that easy, really. And people will focus, unfortunately, ignore some of the most important things. Mindset is key. It has everything to do with your ability. I'm actually going to share something. I'm going to share it briefly tonight. On the subject of mindset, one specific thing: action, the activities. If you're sitting on your sofa, the only place you're putting a dent in anything is in your sofa. You're not doing it in your bank account. And then, of course, you have to have a skill set. And the great news for all of us is that we get to learn to improve. Everyone has the capacity to acquire the skills to do this. It's a matter of whether you choose to do it or not. So the proper mindset with the right activities, with the right skills, that's what equals success. Now, I'm doing this for you new people and for you others that are watching this webinar right now that are still in a state of disbelief about network marketing. I'll say something. If you ever pause, if you ever hesitate, when you have the opportunity to engage somebody in conversation and instead you don't, you are operating from a state of disbelief, because if you were in a full state of belief, a convicted state about this business model of network marketing, you would talk to everybody that you knew. You would not, even for a moment, it didn't matter how successful, how cool, how amazing that person was, you wouldn't hesitate. You'd talk to them right then and there. And one of the biggest issues most network marketers have, I mean most, and I've traveled in over 23 countries, 6 continents, spoken in multiple languages. The biggest issue people have is fear. Fear over, I don't want to take a bad deal to somebody. Who does? Who wants to take a bad deal to somebody? Nobody wants to be involved in one of those things. God, what if I find out that it's true that it is one of those things? Holy smokes! I mean, my reputation is at stake. I mean, I understand. I get it. But let's look at the facts. Like, over 70 years as an established profession. And I'm a big proponent of telling the truth. We don't need exaggerations. The truth is good enough. Okay? And there's so much exaggeration and so much stuff that's put out there. Well, here's one. What is it? Donald Trump. I mean, you guys know, obviously we're all aware of Donald Trump right now. He was on the David Letterman show, remember? And then the quote that maybe you don't, maybe you do, I don't know. David Letterman says, hey, if you had to start all over again, what would you do? And Donald Trump says, well, network marketing. And that's a quote that's like thrown around our profession. He didn't say that, but it's perpetuated as truth, and people have taken it and like remolded it and said that he said it. He said something different, but he didn't say that. This is fact. This comes directly out of the World Federation of Direct Selling Association statistics. 2013, there are 96 million people involved in the profession, 178 billion globally. 2014, 99 million, 182 billion in global sales. That's big business. Okay, you can't be a $182 billion global profession with I think now 24 countries doing in excess of $1 billion in revenue annually, and be a scheme, a scam, a Ponzi, an illegal something or other to be ashamed of. It's big business. 2014 in the U.S., 18.3 million people involved. That's 5% of the U.S. population. And check this out. This is pretty cool. 1 in 4 U.S. adults have purchased a product from a direct seller in the last 6 months. Even the people that are saying we're crazy and we're one of those things, they're still buying products from us. Isn't that interesting? I show you those statistics because it'll at least give you a position. Let's get you in a state of belief. I'm not going to go into a whole lot more than that, but you got to believe in the business model. You know how many people have a distributor ID number out? And again, this is about speed, right? You are going to be sluggish in your growth if you're doubting network marketing. Well, I don't doubt it. Okay, if you don't doubt it, then how many people did you talk to this week about your business? Oh, not very many. So you got to build belief in 4 areas: the professional network marketing, the company that you're involved in, the products that you're representing, and you. Well, you're the variable, right? You're the biggest variable, so we got to work on you. How do we work on you? Well, what impacts your mindset, your environment? Learning to immerse yourself in success is one of the most critical things that you can do. And just ask yourself the question, am I consistently surrounding myself with people that lift me up and support me? You know, or you go home to your friends that nag you out and go, oh, no, what'd you do today? How was your scheme? You know, I had 2 roommates that were like that. Every time I came home back to my apartment back in the day, you know, they look at me and go, how's your pyramid doing? Are you rich yet? Every day. And there was like a lead weight. I'd be around a bunch of fun, excited, motivated people. I'm doing something with my life. I'm reaching out, doing something outside the box, working my butt off. I come home to my buddies, and I got that. I kicked them out of my apartment. You have to actively remove negativity from your life. You can't just expect it to go away. You choose to separate yourself from the negativity, the negative energy, and surround yourself with better people. People that'll. I don't care if you do my deal, but at least say, man, I'm going to cheer you on. I'll high five you at the finish line. Hell, I don't even want to take your product, but I'll still high five you at the finish line. That's a friend. That's a supportive person. That's what you're looking for. And better yet, even hanging out with people that totally lift you up, that stretch you, that push you, that make you think bigger. You start hanging out with super successful people that are doers, you can't help but grow. It's impossible not to. Immerse yourself in success. That's a huge thing that impacts mindset. What about your personal development habits? What you read, what you watch, what you listen to surfaces in literally every single area of your life. You know, and so ask yourself this question: am I working daily on improving myself and the value that I bring into the marketplace? If you're not, look, I'll just give you the news right now. If you're not daily reading, listening to, working on your skills, working on your mindset, working on your personal growth, you're limiting your capacity and you're stagnating your potential to grow. I'm just telling you, that's the news. That is a fact. You have limited capacity when you're limiting your learning ability. And so and you know what the funny thing is, I got started network marketing at the age of 22. I'm 48 now. When I started network marketing right out of college, the first thing they said is, dude, you got to read this book, Think and Grow Rich. And I was like, I don't want to read. I just got done 5 years of reading in college. I'm done reading. Can I just go make some money? I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And then I started to read. And honestly, I mean, it was hard for me to start reading books. Because I don't know about you, like I literally wake up in cold sweats with nightmare. Oh my God, I'm back in college again. Oh geez, I have a test coming up. You know, after you've gotten out of school, you just like go into a panic attack over having to go back to school again. But the importance of this cannot be overstated. It's very, very important for you to be reading, watching, listening to information in your life and really getting into a daily process of personal development. It really has a huge impact on your mindset. If you're not actively feeding your brain with stuff, something else is going to be dipped in there, and it's probably not going to be good. And then what about your personal actions? Movement directly impacts your success consciousness, as well as your self-confidence. So the question you'll want to be asking yourself here is, am I actually regularly applying the knowledge that I'm acquiring and putting it into practice? Because here's what I see happening. Yeah, let me just digress for a second. So I don't have I have no idea who's on this webinar, how many, where you're from, how long you've been in. whatever. But I'll say this. You're involved in network marketing. You're looking to succeed. Chances are you've probably been to some event, some seminar, maybe your national conference, maybe a regional event. I know what it's like. You go there. You're totally like emotionally titillated. Your hair is standing on end. You might even go into like tears almost because you're just like the emotions that are being brought up at events like that, being surrounded by 5,000 other people that are, eager to succeed, and awards and celebrations and unlimited potential. Oh my God, all this great feeling, and you're hugging your friends and you're leaving the event like, oh my gosh, we're going to walk around next year. We're all going to be diamonds high-fiving on the stage. Oh yeah, we're going to go home and crush this. And then Monday hits, and you get back from the seminar and you didn't do anything. And then it's Tuesday, and it's like by Wednesday it's like almost as the event never even happened. You don't think that happens? That happens all the time. Can you hold on to that emotional experience forever? No, you can't. I mean, you're on an all-time high when you're surrounding with all those people. But you can hold on to a lot longer when you actually apply the knowledge that you're acquiring. There's a phrase I use all the time: soak and apply. Soak in the information, apply it. I never read a book without applying something specifically from that book and putting it into play in my office. I'm sitting here on my desk right now, this desk. I've got a couple of them. I've got The Laws of Leadership. I've got Crush It. I've got Ready, Fire, Aim, which is how to take your business from 10 million to 100 million to 500 million. I've got Presenting Magically. I've got 3 or 4 other books I can't even tell. .com Secret. I've got so many books on my, just as this one of my desks. I'm taking the information directly out of the book, putting it into my business, applying the knowledge that because what's the purpose of reading or listening to something if you're not going to actually do something? Now is the time, if you want to speed up the process of being successful, that you don't just read a book for the sake of entertainment, that you actually take something out of the book. You take something from this event tonight, this webinar, and you go put it into your business. What else impacts your mindset? Your daily decisions. Your attitude is a choice. Okay, and this is a big one. We have God gave us one thing that's really amazing, and that's the freedom of choice. We can do whatever the heck we want at any moment of every second of every day, anytime, everywhere, anytime. We can do whatever we want. Isn't that amazing? Now here's the thing: every decision, and this is from a leadership perspective, and it not only affects your mindset but affects your bottom line, is knowing the ripple effect of your decisions, both positive and negative. So somebody does something like leaves your team, okay? That never happens, right? Nobody ever leaves a team, goes someplace else. Of course it happens. So somebody leaves your team, you get all mad, and you go on Facebook and you start flaming them on Facebook. Oh, hater, yesterday they were your best friend. And now you hate them and you block them on Facebook and you're like, how's that working out for you? Probably not very good. Now, the thing is, if you do that, I've watched it. I'm all over social media. I see that stuff. Don't think I don't see it. I see it. I see it happen all the time. And I just shake my head. I go, that's so stupid. Because you just burned a bridge. Yeah, the person left. I mean, I'm going to do what I can to try to keep the person on my team. But the ripple effect of the decision, the attitude that I had towards that person leaving, I'll love them on the way in and I'll love them right on the way out. I'll try to keep you, but I'm gonna say, hey, look, if you got to go, high five, brother. Go do what you got to do. I'll miss you. Don't be taking the rest of the team, but I'll miss you. Have fun. And then I left the door open, and if they realize they made a bad decision, they'll come back. But after I flamed them on Facebook, the ripple effect of that was so negative. So we just have to think, just pause in all of our decisions, because you don't know how much the thing is, you can't calculate. It's an incalculable figure. When you do something that turns someone off, you can't actually calculate the tens of thousands, hundreds, or even millions of dollars that you lost because of a stupid decision to act in a specific way when you could have acted differently. We have to control. Self-control is such an important part. How do we grow our skill set? Well, your confidence grows with competence. Now, this is something that I know is fact. Very few people do it, and it's why our industry is so wrought with amateurs. It's fact. There's a lot of amateurs in this business, and they're staying amateur because they're not doing this. They're not practicing. Professionals become professionals for a reason, because they spend more time practicing than anybody else, period. Well, here's what happens in network marketing. They come in, cool, welcome, here's your distributor kit, awesome. Here's your basic training, write down your list, let's go talk to some people. All right. Okay. I mean, there might be some other stuff, but that's it. But they don't actually spend time, bam, practice the presentation, practice the presentation, practice the presentation. I'm practicing with John. John and I are role-playing. John, play the bad prospect. Cool. Okay, play the medium bad prospect. All right, cool. Let me see if I can work through that. Play the really nice, sweet prospect. Okay, that's great. All right, play this. Let me try. Let's switch. Let's do this. Let's draw. Let's roll. Let's do even when I've been speaking professionally for 15 years. You don't think I know my presentations even without looking at a slide or anything, but I still practice before I go up on any stage. Even tonight, before doing this webinar, I went through every single slide in this presentation, and mentally went through the presentation. That's what professionals do. That's how you get good. I know it doesn't sound like this is the first time I ever gave this presentation, and even if it was, you wouldn't know it because I would have practiced it so much. How much time are you actually investing in practicing and improving your skills? Look, I've tested this on almost every continent now, with 6 of the 7 continents that I've been on, and what I've found is very few people actually spend time practicing. Start building this into your training. One of the best things you can do if you're doing trainings for your groups, for your teams, build practice into your Super Saturday training, not just stage time. How many seminars have you been to where it's just somebody speaking from the stage, platform, 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 talk, talk, talk? That's good. You can learn from that. But when I do trainings, we got half the time, if not more, we're working. It's a working, interaction, engaging, working on the skills, not just talking about it. That's how you learn to get good. I love that quote. Champions don't become champions in the ring. They're merely recognized there. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You become a champion before you get in the ring because of all the things you did that led up to that point. That's huge. I know most people aren't practicing enough. I'd circle that one right there and say, am I practicing, and are we practicing at all? Wondering why I'm not professional, why my check's not accelerating at a massive pace? That might be a clue. This is another big one. How do we improve our skill set? Well, feedback is huge. How do you get better? Well, I got to get feedback for me to improve. If I get no feedback, I can't improve. And I do this all the time. These are called qualitative and quantitative self-checks. Okay, and here it's just about self-evaluating. It's kind of like looking in the mirror and taking your shirt off. All right, you can do this. First of all, you get older, maybe you got a 32-inch waist, start eating a little too much cheese, now it's 34, get a bigger pair of pants, now it's 36, get a bigger pair of pants, now you jump up to 40, got a bigger pair of pants, now you're wearing sweats because it, moves in and out, right? It moves up and down with how the belly is. Now what you do is you go back to your jean drawer, all the way down to the bottom where the skinny jeans are, because that's how it is, right? Go down there, pull out the skinny jeans. You pull those things on, and you just suck it. Just suck it in there. And you throw yourself back into a pair of 32 jeans, and you go look at yourself in the mirror in the 32 jeans with that fat just busting out all over the place. And you go, oh my God, I have got to change. That's called feedback. What if you didn't have any other pair of jeans, and that was the only pair of jeans that you had? And you couldn't go buy another pair of jeans. You had to fit into those. You would just stop eating, right? Because it would be so uncomfortable. You'd be forced. The feedback would force you to change. So the qualitative thing is this, because I'm sure we'd all agree some people are better than others at recruiting. How good are you at recruiting? Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you sound like? Do you know what you sound like? Have you ever recorded yourself? Have you ever actually recorded yourself prospecting? What do you sound like when you're talking to a prospect? I know exactly what I sound like because I've recorded hundreds and hundreds of hours of my calls. I know exactly what I do on stage because I've had video on me on hundreds of presentations. And I see stuff, and you'll see stuff, or you'll hear stuff. And only then can you make the change because now you're aware of it. And that is, that's the first step towards creating change is awareness. This is money, folks, right here. What the stuff I'm sharing with you. Now, here's the thing. This is what I know is true as well. You can hear me, and then you won't do anything. Some of you will. Some of you are going to do nothing, and yet wonder why you're not making more money in your network marketing business and try to blame somebody else. I don't know who that is. I'm not really pointing a finger at anybody, but I know how it works. You've got to step up and take some initiative here and go, okay, maybe I should believe what this guy Falcone is saying and actually do this. Let me just ask you a simple question. If you took the time to record some of your prospecting calls, let's say you want to get better at recruiting and prospecting and have a better ratio of sign-ups to phone calls or whatever, do you think it would be possible for you to actually learn something by listening to yourself? Yes. Why aren't you doing it? I don't know. Okay, I'll leave that one right there. So that's a choice. The other one is quantitative. I do this on every stage, everywhere I speak on, in every country. You're taking notes right now. This is a reality check, and it hurts for a lot of people. Draw a little box where you're taking notes. Draw a little box on a piece of paper. Go ahead, draw it. Got it? Okay. Put a number in that box, and the number is this. How many new people did you talk to today? New people did you talk to today about your business? Don't lie. I mean, no, you're not showing it to anybody. Just be honest with yourself. Integrity starts from within. And, here's the thing that I find is hilarious too. You don't have to say you have integrity if you have integrity. As soon as a person starts talking about how they got integrity, they don't have any. I've got all the time, so I've got integrity. I'm like, oh my goodness, you definitely don't. It's like a company that has to say, well, we're 100% legal. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, you're 100% guaranteed not legal, right? So that quantitative self-check, if you end every day over the next 30 days and draw a box and a piece of paper, just, hey, let's just check. Am I really in the game? Because people kid themselves all the time to saying they're in the game. Oh, I get, as a coach and a trainer, so everybody calls me. I mean, I get a lot of phone calls every single week wanting my advice, wanting this. Yesterday I sat down with two of the top distributors in the $1.2 billion virtually invisible network marketing company. I had dinner last night with the two CEOs of a network marketing company. I'm very clued in on the network marketing space. And here's what I know. I know a lot of people lie to themselves and kid themselves into believing that they're actually doing business when they're not really doing anything, and then they're wondering why they're not successful. People call me and they're like, oh, Todd, gosh, things aren't going well. I'm a failure. Oh, I'm like, well, let's talk for a second. Okay. Well, you're a failure. What do you mean? I'm not really. It's just how long you been in your company? 1.5 years. I'm like, okay. Well, let me ask this question. First question before we go any further. How many people in the last 90 days, do you think you've talked to about your business? And then they always kind of go, this is like standard fare, I swear to you. I should have recorded a bunch of these calls, but I never know when it's coming, so I'm not really prepared to press play on it. The answer is always, well, not enough. So you're coming to me, first of all, saying that I'm a failure. Things aren't going well. And then I ask you the question, well, how many people have you talked to in the last 90 days? And you're like, well, not enough. I'm like, that's not what I asked you, so what's the number? Well, if you could give me a pretty close number, what would that number be in the last 90 days? And the number that I typically get is right around 15, sometimes even lower. You tell me, there's not a single person with a brain on this webinar right now that can tell me talking to 15 people total in 90 days is enough to sit here and claim my business is a failure. Please, give me a break. Now, I told you at the very beginning of this, and some of you are like, wow, man, this dude's kind of intense. Because this is not an entertainment hour for Todd. This is, let me impact you. Let's see if we can let's move you into a different direction. Get you unstuck if you're stuck. So no, this is not, light and fluffy. I don't do light and fluffy. This is a reality check. I do this. I have to ask myself, hey, how am I showing up today? Would I hire me? That's another great question. Based on how I've been showing up right now, would I hire me? Most of the days I can absolutely answer yes to that, and that's why I've been successful. I got work ethic. Do you have work ethic? I mean, this business isn't so hard as what most people make it out to be. You can learn some stuff for sure, but so many people kid themselves into thinking they're doing something they're not. Start recording some of your calls and your presentations so you can do some self-improvement. Start doing a quantitative self-check and just being real with yourself. Am I actually even really building this business? Because, you know, I mean, what's the purpose of you even taking up any space in the company if you're not doing anything? And then all it does is, especially here's the thing, if you're not doing anything in your business, you're just ruining your relationships anyhow, because like your wife's looking at you going, dude, you keep saying you're going to do this business, and then you're not. You're taking time away from the family, but you're really not doing anything. Or your husband, wife, doesn't matter, you know. So step up. You got to be doing the revenue-producing activities. Now, speaking of that, and this is how we also improve our skill set from real-world experience. You got to focus on doing the activities that make you money most of the time. Like, what's the phrase they use? Don't major in minor things, right? Here's a test. This is crazy. Check this out. This is really cool, actually. So everybody's got one of those iPhone devices, right, or smartphone. So this week, and they have like alarms on them, so you can set an alarm. These things are awesome, aren't they? You can do all sorts of. You can text and take pictures and video and upload stuff. So I got my iPhone in my hand right now, so I can just set an alarm for tomorrow or later in the day at whatever time, some random time. So if I'm cruising through my day, and this is a little test for you, okay? What you do is you set an alarm for yourself, and when the alarm goes off, it's some random time that you totally forgot about. You set it early in the day, and it goes off, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, or whatever irritating sound that you prefer to use for your alarm, and it goes off. Stop yourself right there and go, is what I'm doing right now making me money? Oh, it woke me up from a nap. Well, that's that's not going to work out very well for you. Oh, I had the remote in my hand. I was flipping channels, or you caught me. I'm 2.5 hours into a Facebook surfing session, vicariously living my life through the news feeds of other people, right? Nobody ever does that, do they? So that is, and that's another huge reality check. It's like, just, okay, am I actually doing the revenue-producing activities? Revenue-producing activities are, you know what it is. I don't even have to tell you, I'm not. You already know it. It's presenting. Well, I'll tell you. It's presenting, showing, talking to people. And the secret to our success lies in our daily agenda, right? What am I doing each and every day? I am flipping rocks over. I am doing presentations. I am talking to people. I'm doing revenue-producing activities. That's how you improve your skills. Tony Robbins uses this phrase, this great phrase, complexity is the enemy of execution. If it's hard, people don't do it. If you're unclear, like if you don't know how to do something, are you likely to do it at all? No. It's hard. And so speaking of that, like if your people that are joining you perceive what you do as challenging or difficult to understand, they're not going to do it. The key to duplication is simplification. People ask about, how do we create duplication? You got to keep it simple. You got to keep it so ridiculously simple that anybody can do it. The processes, like so, and I'll ask you this, this is a question you ask yourself: am I clear with the systems, the processes, the steps to get me there? Do you know right now? And I'm not going to unmute the webinar, but you should know. How far are you away from the next rank advancement? Like your very next rank advancement, do you know how far away you are? If you're like totally unclear, then how are you ever going to get there? Do you know your packages that you can make available to somebody? Like if I unmuted and I cornered you and I said, hey, tell me how you can sign somebody up. Like what are the packages? Well, we got the distributor kit, we got the entrepreneur package, we got the super entrepreneur package. These are the 3 things that are involved in it. One's $49, this one's $4.99, this one's $11.99. If you get this, this is what you get as a result of it. This is why you would do it. You have to understand that stuff. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Where's your company based? Who's the CEO of your company? Can you tell me? What type of compensation plan do you have? Can you tell me? What's the phone number for customer service? Oh, you better, okay, fine, I'll give you that one, so you got to go look it up. You want to be prepared. That's like putting your business glasses on. Am I crystal clear with the systems, process, steps to get me there? Okay. Team building is, this business is as much about, if not more about team building as it is about prospecting. And there's the cliche that we've all heard, teamwork makes the dream work, right? I don't know, I've heard that a bazillion times. When you hear something a bazillion times, it becomes a cliche, or maybe who knows what it becomes, right? So, but here's the thing. This is a, right here alone, right here, this slide right here in front of you is $1 million slide. Right when I said that, my screen changed. $1 million slide. Here's why. Working with your team, and I mean working with your team. There's a phrase that we use all the time, or that the network marketing profession has used. You know, this is a business where you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. If I videotaped my office right now, I am all alone in my office with you guys. I'm all by myself. You're probably by yourself too. You don't have your downline in your office with you. Maybe you do. Most of you don't, probably. So we're always working by ourselves. Well, here's what you do. First of all, I'm going to ask you this question, or you want to ask yourself this question. Am I working with my team to help facilitate organizational growth? Or are you just kind of, they're out there doing their thing, they're over here? If it's my downline and I want to accelerate, speed up the process, I got local team members. Hey, Thursday night is team biz, yeah, wasn't it? That's me in reverse. Is team business building night. Thursday night, 6 to 10 p.m., be at my house. Come on over, bring your laptop, bring your prospects. We are going to spend 4 hours business building. I might have 5, 6, 8, 10 people, and we're all setting appointments, making calls together, working in the same vicinity. It's not a training night, it's a business building night. We're all just activity, we're having a contest. Who can make the most calls? Who can set up the most appointments? It builds camaraderie, it builds loyalty, it builds competence. It builds confidence. It helps people dramatically reduce their fears and their anxieties about building this business, because you're around a supportive group. I'm like, check this out, if I'm home by myself and I'm the new distributor, and I call up my friend Ted, and I just got started. I said, I'm scared to death. And I called Ted up and I said, oh, Ted, Todd, how's it going? He said, good, what's up? I said, Ted, listen, I'm just starting this brand new business. He's like, dude, what? You're in a business? I said, well, yeah, I'm starting this new business. He said, you're in a business? This is probably one of those MLM things. If it's one of those, I don't want to touch it. You know what? I thought you had better judgment than that. I can't even, don't ever call me again. Click. And if that happened all by myself and I was home alone and I'm a new distributor, I have no lifeline. That could put me on my rear end for permanently. I may never recover from that. You've probably all, if you've been in network marketing, had a bad prospecting call and you were hesitant to get back on the call because it just leveled you. Right? You know what I'm talking about. It was icky. And you got off and you're like, I don't want to pull the trigger again. But if that same experience happens at my house on team building night and your stupid friend who is ignorant does that, we'll get you to recover. We're like, hey, I got one of those too. Boom, high five. Let's hug it out. Let's make another call. We'll do it together. And what I've done is I've created a recovery anchor for that person, so when that happens, and it will in the future, they'll be able to snap out of it real quick. They're not on their back for a month. This is a team building strategy for massive growth. When you spend, and this is not every night team building night, but once a week maybe, Thursday nights over here, Saturday for a few hours, maybe a Tuesday night, maybe a Thursday night. I mean, we're all building a business. We might as well do some of it together, be around each other. It's huge, man. It is absolutely, this is a ridiculously powerful money-making strategy. This is something I learned really early on in my network marketing career, and that is you work where you're deserved, not where you're needed, okay? So you have to be looking. This is something I learned in my 3rd year of network marketing. I wish to goodness I would have learned it my 1st year, but nobody's taught me it, so I had to figure it out on my own. You have a genealogy report. You look at your genealogy report. You look at your genealogy report. You look at your genealogy report for pockets of activity. Who's building? Who's recruiting? Who's rank advancing? Who's doing volume? who's somebody that I don't know yet that's in there that I can connect with? Because here's the thing, when you're in this business, you look at your genealogy report, and when it's just you, it's pretty easy to know who's in your downline because you don't have anybody. Then you sponsor your friend Ted and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in your downline, and you know the two guys that are in your downline because there's only two. But then you get to 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, a couple hundred, and you will if you do the work and you pay attention to what I'm sharing with you here. And now you don't know everybody, which is a great problem to have. But this is where you dig in and you go, okay, you start to look for pockets of activity. It doesn't matter where it exists in the organization. It's 5th level, 6th, 10th, 20th. Doesn't matter where it is. And you pick up the phone and you see somebody who's recruiting, who's building, who's involved, and you pick up the phone. I remember the first time I did it, was a guy named Joe. Still very good friends with him today. Joe, I call him up. It was on my 6th level and a 7-level pay plan. I said, Joe, Todd, and he had sponsored 35 people the previous month. That's pretty good, isn't it? Now, a lot of people look at that and they go, oh, God, I don't want to upset the apple cart. I don't want to make the guy quit or something. What if I call him and he quits? And, you know, so they won't call him. I pick up the phone. I said, Joe, Todd Falcone. I said, how's it going? He said, who? I said, hey, I'm way, way, way up line from you in the organization. I saw that you sponsored 35 people last month. I said, great job. I said, that's awesome. I just wanted to introduce myself to you, exchange contact information. If there's any way I can serve you, work with you, help you. And he was so grateful because he had a sponsor that came in and never did anything. And he was so happy. I mean, I'm still good friends with him to this day. We became very good friends. We made a lot of money together, and I met him because I was looking for pockets of activity. These people that are doing and that are producing in your business that you don't even know yet, those are called assets in your business. And you look for that stuff, and you reach out to those people, and you make contact with those people, and you spend time working with those individuals that are producers. That right there, that's your second $1 million strategy right there. Most people, honestly, they don't do that. They don't even know to do that. All right. This is something you need to be doing for yourself and with your new people as well. You can't speed up your business when you're not doing your business, when you're doing it like on accident. So yesterday, let's say, for example, you just got started in network marketing today. Yesterday, you didn't have this business, right? You had your life and whatever else you were doing in your life, and your schedule was full, and now today you got this network marketing business, part-time. But you got to make room for it. It's just not going to just fit into your your life as it was yesterday. So you got to look at it, and you got to do this with all of your new people too. Like hey, I'm going to have a conversation with John. Hey, John, you're new? Cool. Well, let's talk about your existing schedule. What do you got going on during the week? When do you plan on working this business? Where are we going to schedule it in? You know, you got to find out what can I let go of, postpone, reschedule, set aside temporarily. Well, shoot, I play bridge on Tuesday nights. Wednesday night, I just pretty much sit on the sofa and do nothing. Thursday night's also TV night. Okay, well, cool. We got 3. Can you give up bridge? Can you give up sofa night? Can you give up TV night? Yep. Well, Friday night's date night. That's a non-negotiable. If you want to stay married, you keep your date night. I had date lunch today with my wife. We do dates all the time. Sunday, church. You're a religious person? That's not negotiable. You're not going to give up your church time, your God time, or whatever, right? No, that's a non-negotiable item. But this is an important point here is you got to make room for this business. Take the time to do it if you haven't done it yet. Okay, this is big. This is big as well. Recognition. People ask all the time, well, hey, Todd, tell me how you motivate people. And I go, I don't. What? Well, you're a motivational speaker. I said, well, shoot, whatever. That's a title. But even as an active distributor, I'm not motivating anybody. I'm looking for motivated people, and then I don't do things that demotivate them. Huh? Recognition is huge. Okay, every one of you, and this is especially for you new people or the people that just don't know this, okay? All of your companies that you're involved in, they got pin levels, rank advancements, silver, diamond, platinum, gold, presidential, whatever, director, independent, international marketing director. It doesn't matter what it's called. And when you hit that, the company does something cool. They give you a pin. They give you a plaque. They give you a star. They give you a ring. They give you I don't know, whatever it is. They recognize you. And what does that do for you? It makes you feel awesome. That's what we work for. We're working for this recognition. I'm working for this diamond rank, and when I get the diamond rank, they give me a Rolex watch. That's awesome. That's great recognition. They plant me on the stage. They send me on a round trip travel thing all over I don't even know, whatever it is. Now, that's what the company does. But this business, your organization is your business. So you have to remember to, and this is big, you got to remember to recognize even the simplest and smallest of accomplishments in your organization. You're in my business and we sell soap, and you took 3 weeks to sell a bar of men's soap. 3 weeks. I'm going to throw a party that you've sold your first bar of soap. Maybe not literally a party, but I'm going to make a big deal about it and say, dude, high five, that's awesome. I'm going to go on the Facebook page and say, Randy sold his first bar of soap. Good job, awesome. We got another clean one. Woo! I'm going to congratulate you publicly. Privately, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, all I did was I sold a bar of soap, but this guy made me feel so good. I'm going to go sell some more. Now the opposite is you worked your butt off to go sell a bar of soap, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Bar schmar, doesn't matter. But for you, it's such a big deal. And now I put you on your heels and put you in pause mode because I didn't take the time to recognize something that was a pretty big deal. Even though it was like a pretty minor accomplishment, it was a big enough deal. You guys have to remember, because this is what either keeps your business moving forward or puts your entire group on their heels and they stop building because they've realized that you don't really care. That, again, I don't even know why this is a free webinar. We should be charging so much money for this because this is another gigantic, gargantuan one. Don't forget even the simplest and smallest of accomplishments and the big ones. Don't wait for them. I mean, yeah, the company is going to recognize them, but you should too. And you will get people fired up to do more, to accelerate, to work harder because of how they're recognized within the organization. This right here is my favorite lesson on getting better at prospecting. Prospecting, like, I've been speaking full-time 15 years. I've been teaching a ton on prospecting and recruiting. I'm kind of known as like the recruiting and prospecting guy. I do a lot of training on a lot of subjects, but I've done a lot of prospecting training. And this particular one, this quote, be genuinely interested, not interesting, actually comes out of a book called, and if you haven't read it, you have to go get it. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And here's the thing. You have to, like, people are like, well, how do we recruit more? If all you do is you can get somebody else talking about themselves and just get them, and not, it's so funny because people are like, oh, let me do this. Let me see if I can actually do this without being on stage. Let me think for a second. Can I pull this off without being on stage? I do this on stage. Oh, okay, I can. All right. Let me tell it to you in story format really quickly. So I'm on a plane coming back from a trip. I just got done speaking at a seminar. I'm on a plane. I'm getting ready to sit down, and I see this woman behind, in the middle seat behind where I'm about to sit, and she has a logoed T-shirt on for a network marketing company. I talk to network marketers everywhere. I'm not shy. You got a logo on, I'm going to say, oh, Company X, Company X, Company Y, Company Z, how's it going? And I look at her, and I say, oh, Company X, and she goes, are you familiar with us? I said, I am. And she goes, well, are you on our product? I said, I'm not. She goes, oh. No, you should be. I mean, you must be stupid. I mean, our product is bilated, it's chelated, it's neutralated, it's massive absorption. Our scientific validated studies and the ORAC value and and I'm just looking at her going, are you done yet? Can I sit down? I didn't actually say that. I'm just kind of standing. I sit down in front of her. And I put my hoodie on, I start listening to my Bob Marley, I shot the sheriff. And I'm just like tuned out on the plane, and I'm thinking to myself, this poor woman, I mean, wow. She doesn't get it. She does not understand the concept of being genuinely interested. She didn't, here's what could happen. So slight difference, slight. Oh, Company X. Oh, are you familiar with us? I am. Well, how are you familiar with us? Well, actually, I started with you guys in 1989. It was the very first network marketing company I actually ever got involved in. Oh my God, are you still involved in network marketing? Yeah, in fact, I just spoke for 5,000 people here in Dallas. I teach network marketing for a living. What? Oh my gosh, can I sit next to you? And who wouldn't change a middle seat for a middle seat? She could have picked my brain for 4 hours. But because she doesn't understand this concept, she didn't even know who was sitting. It's not like I'm God's greatest gift to planet Earth and network marketing. I think I'm okay at it. But there's a lot of people that are better than me. but she just didn't get it. Like, for you guys, if you could just get somebody talking about themselves and just pay attention and listen, and really listen. Like today, I had to do a video about it. I go and get a salad at, or I've tried to get a salad. My wife and I go out to lunch today for our date lunch, and I ordered the salad in a specific way with the dressing on the side, and they brought me the wrong thing. The lady wasn't even paying attention. And she comes back out, and I said, well, this is what I ordered. She comes back out, she brings me another one. Now she brings me the salad, but it's got this dressing smattered all over it. And then I go, and it's dropped on my plate. I'm like, hey, I go, can you also just take this back and just forget about my salad because the dressing is on the salad and ask for it on the side? I mean, it's just simple. Pay attention. It's not hard. Listen. So easy. Put the iPhone down, put your ears on, put the plug in your ear, and you guys will recruit so many more people because they will look at you and they'll go, oh my goodness, you're listening to me. You're paying attention. It's huge. Are you actually asking for referrals? One of the best sources of new business for you is asking somebody who's an existing client, existing customer. Bob, who do you know that I should know? Who do you know that might want to try this product and have the same experience that you're having? Remembering to ask questions. And you can't make a withdrawal from an account that you haven't made a deposit into. So me calling you up and asking you for a referral and I don't even talk to you until I'm asking and I'm trying to get something from you is not going to work. You're not going to give me anything because I've deposited nothing into that relationship account. That's something you need to be considering with everything that you do in your network marketing business. And success is pretty much this, okay? This is what success is. It's learning from your experiences, being present with the experiences that you're living in each and every day. You find something that works, you do it again. You find something that doesn't work, you don't do it again. You repeat what works, you delete what doesn't. I actually have a journal where I have a sheet in my journal. These I repeat, these I delete. Like if I do something and it didn't work out very well for me, I don't want to do it again. Now, I could go on my memory that I probably shouldn't do that again. A lot of the mistakes I've made, I'm like, okay, that was just really stupid. Oh, man, I don't proclaim to be the sharpest tool in the shed. But, I remember that stuff partially because I'll write it down. I'm like, I did this with the prospect. It didn't work out so well for me. Delete, 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 right? We don't want to make the same mistakes twice. We have the capacity to learn. Sometimes we need a little extra, something to help us out. And that's what success is finding something that works really well. You do something and you're like, wow, I never did that before. And look what happened with the prospect. They said yes. They got so excited. Well, you better do that again. You better remember what you did that worked. Here's the other thing. This is your life right here, your core theme. You can't help but be successful when your core theme is excellence and superior service to your team and to all those people that you serve. That's your life. That's just how you operate. This is how we do it. In all areas of your life. Like this is totally off the subject of network marketing, but this is what I'm talking about. If I come to your house and I'm a house guest, like let's say John and Nadia invited me over to their house, and they put me up in the guest bedroom. We're hanging out for a couple days. I'm not leaving crap in their kitchen. I'm cleaning up after myself. When I leave, I've been sleeping on their sheets. I'm going to strip the bed. I'm going to make sure I put my towels that they provided for me in the bathroom that they let me use. I'm going to make sure that the toilet seat is clean. The simple stuff like so. And I leave, they're like, oh, Falcone's coming over again. That's versus Nightmare who comes over, who pees in the bed, who leaves it and tries to make the bed and hide that they peed in the bed, that they didn't flush the toilet, that they you know what I'm saying. You've had guests that are like, you're never coming back to me, and you're definitely coming back. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about in this business too. Yeah, it's out of the context of network marketing, but your core theme is just you do it right. Period. Are the people that I do business with confident beyond measure to be doing business with me? That's huge. You want to create sticky customers in this business? We got to do customer acquisition, you guys. How well you follow up with your customers is key. That's what determines whether they stay or not. you start using my product, I can't assume that you know how to use my product, so I'm going to teach you. As soon as you get that box, you give me a call. I'm following up with my new prospects. I'm making sure that they start taking the product. I call them in a couple days. Are you still using it? Cool. Are you comfortable with how to use it? Yes, I am. Call them back a few more days later. Hey, how's it going? Good. I'm still using it. You don't just sign somebody up, keep your fingers crossed, hope that they're going to use the product, because especially if you've got an auto order, auto delivery, and they're getting one the next month and they haven't even used any of it, by the time they get their second auto order, they're like, wait a second, I haven't even started this, cancel my auto ship. Creating sticky customers has everything to do with your follow-up. Leadership is influence. And you want to be influential. You want to have, and influence is being able to move people's behaviors and get them to your own predetermined outcome. Just ask yourself this question right now, and if they're not this way, then you got to shift this. Do people perceive me, I'm asking myself this question, as being reliable, as being consistent, as being trustworthy? If you're bouncing around, always changing your mind, doing this one day, doing something the next day, you're reliable one day, you can't find you for 4 days, that's not influence. Something to consider if you want to have a lot of followers. This business is about being personally accountable. Ask that question, would I hire me? We have to take responsibility for ourselves and not play victim in this business. You're successful because you stepped up to the plate. It's not your sponsor's fault, the system's fault, the company's fault, the economy's fault. It's your fault for succeeding and or failing. And we have to step up to that level of responsibility in this business. That's big. Here's your execution plan as we wrap things up tonight. I wish I had hours to spend with you tonight. I could teach you a lot. If we could do maybe we should do can we do like a 10-day webinar or a 10-hour webinar? I know, I'm not going to do that right now. I got to go fly to LA and speak. So there's so much good stuff that I can do to help you really execute and dominate in this business. I mean, I got 25, 26 years of doing this. There's a lot of stuff that I could show you to help make sure you succeed in this business. So here's your execution plan. For you to speed up the process of being successful, it's to follow people who have a proven track record of creating success. They've got documentation, like someone like myself. I have documentation, many, many years of doing this, and learning from their personal experiences. Why would you want to try to do it all on your own versus I wouldn't want to. I mean, I'd rather follow somebody that's done it before, and you tell me or teach me and show me, rather than me try to bounce around down some road and I have no idea where I'm going. That's just common sense. I'll give you guys an opportunity. In fact, this is really cool for you from a timing perspective. And this webinar happened by accident, but I think all things considered, the universe works in kind of pretty cool ways. So I'm going to show you something on my next screen that will help you totally up-level your game, okay? What you see in front of you is a program that I produced last year called Cracking the Code to Success in Network Marketing. It's the most comprehensive thing I've ever produced in 15 years of speaking. I mean, it's a big package. It's 6 volumes, 19 CDs, physical, beautiful. You see it in front of you. It is literally everything that I know about building a network marketing business in one training course. How to start from brand new, how to deal with troubles and trialing, politics and people leaving, and how launching distributors, and everything that I could teach you possibly about prospecting and recruiting and team building. And I mean, it is literally the A to Z of being successful in network marketing in one training course. I had guys asking me for a long time, when are you going to do like a comprehensive, full, because I produced a bunch of courses over the years. I finally did it last year. It took me 9 months to produce the course. Why am I showing you this, and what am I talking about with the timing? Well, the last 4 days I've been running an inventory reduction sale through my company, and it's a legitimate inventory reduction sale. If you've never owned a brick and mortar business where you inventory stuff, when you get to the end of the year, you want to have as little inventory as possible on your shelves, because that counts as an asset or income to your company and changes your tax liability, right? So the last 4 days we've run, and we've sold a ton of these I've got a bunch of these, well, not many left actually, because today's the last day, but on my shelves at my warehouse up in Seattle, and we dramatically dropped the price of cracking the code for this inventory reduction sale. The normal price on this huge volume comprehensive training is $497. That's what the price is. If you were to go to my website right now, that's what you would see. Right now, it's only $297, and check this out. This is the really cool thing, and I only did this for the last day of the sale. This was on my website. This is an insanely ridiculous, crazy offer, and this is what we're doing. Not only do you get cracking the code to success, instead of paying $497, it's only $297, so you're saving $200. And by the way, this is the last day. In fact, at midnight tonight, the site gets shut off. That's not a joke. That's not some false or fake fear of loss. When you go, and you can test me, but don't be calling my office because I won't honor it. When the site turns off, it's turned off. At midnight tonight, it is shut down. This is the last day. We happen to do this webinar on the very last day of my sale. So you get $200 off this huge, amazing, my best work of training and network marketing. You get cracking the code to consistency, which is a 2-part webinar training that I did that sells for $147. It shows you exactly how to be consistent. If you're struggling with your consistency, if you procrastinate and you do what I teach you in that course, you'll stop procrastinating on everything that you're doing, because I give you a very specific methodology for stopping the procrastination. I give you a 1-year membership into my insider circle, which is all of my Monday night calls, interviews with top leaders, interviews with emerging stars, legends of the profession, custom video training. There's so much stuff in that membership area. That is ridiculous as well. And then my #1 selling course of all time that I produced 6 years ago is called Insider Secrets to Recruiting Professionals. I teach you how to recruit realtors, insurance agents, financial professionals, professional salespeople, all of the above. This is a course where I teach you how to recruit up the socioeconomic chain. It is a piece of work. If you ever want to know how to find and recruit good, quality, talented people that actually do something, the Recruiting Professionals course teaches you that. That, to this day, every day I sell this, sells for $397. You get that for free. So you're getting all this other stuff. We packed in all these other things on the very last day of the sale, which, John, this just happened to be when we did it. We just did this webinar the last day of it, so your group actually gets to benefit from it. So you get all of it for only $297, but you only got a few more hours before midnight hits, and then it's done, and that website turns off. But there's a website in front of you. You can see it, mylifestyleacademy.com/Todd. That's appropriate. And you could go see it there. You can order it right now and get access to that. By the way, I give you cracking the code to success in both physical and digital format. So you get the physical thing shipped to you, and you also get instant digital delivery as well. So that is a nutto offer, but it ends tonight. It's only $297 for all of that. That is the best value you can get, period, end of story, with that bundle that we're doing for this year-end inventory reduction sale. So you'll definitely want to jump on that and act today before we shut the website off. So Nadia, John, you guys are amazing leaders, awesome people to be associated with. I appreciate the opportunity of sharing with your group, and I will pass it back to you, my friend. Thanks for having me.
Todd, that was amazing. I'm sure a lot of our guests are speechless. We had at one point we had up to 50 people on our Periscope as well, and I know we had a ton of people on the webinar, so you just gave us so much value, and I would hope that anyone serious about their income, about their business, I hope they're going to invest in themselves tonight, because obviously when we did schedule this was the only night that was available for you, and it was the best night for us. And of course it is the last night of this special bonus promotion. And also for anyone that does choose to buy the course tonight, we also just decided to throw in the Social Network Marketing Academy course as well that Nadia and I have, which is a $200 course to anyone that purchases tonight. So if you purchase Todd's course tonight, we're also going to throw our $200 Social Network Marketing Academy course in there for free as well, as long as you order tonight. And that is a course to teach you how to build your network marketing business using Facebook. Nadia and I have made 6 figures 10 years in a row in network marketing, and we personally enrolled 300 people personally in the last 2 years using Facebook. So we teach all of our strategies in there as well. So we just wanted to give you guys a lot of value. We appreciate Todd. We appreciate everyone staying on as late as they did.
So this is a promotion that ends tonight at midnight. So for those of you that are serious about going out there and creating a six-figure income in network marketing, you've got to really realize, number one, that time is way more valuable than money, right? So you can always go out there and make more money, but can you imagine if you wake up 5 years from now and you're still in the same situation you're in today? I don't know about you, but that freaks me out. So John and I are huge believers in investing our dollars in the best education out there. So the offer goes off tonight, and John just threw in our academy as well. So for those of you that still don't have it, hello, this is like an amazing value, because check it out, our course actually right now is live on the website for $200. So 12 Eastern, the offer goes away. So this is literally no time to mess around. So if you were to add it all up, like if you were to go to Todd's website and go, you know what, it makes sense to invest in my business. I mean, here's what I'll tell you guys. For those of you that don't know my story, I moved from Russia to the U.S. when I was 16 years old. And you know, my parents sacrificed a whole lot. Like, they lived below poverty level in order for me to come and get an education here in the States. And so they spent a fortune, probably around $60,000 or $70,000 for my business education. And can I tell you, when I graduated with my business degree at the age of 19 and I interviewed, I was hustling like crazy, good times, I was worth about $35,000 a year. And here's what I'll say. Network marketing profession has paid us, and Todd, for him, a seven-figure income. For John and I, this has been a professional level of income for us for over a decade. So we made a seven-figure income from this profession, and I'm here to tell you that if you're ready to make the shift, if you're ready for that professional level of income, you have to learn from professionals. You just do. So very simply stated, you have to invest into your education. And can you imagine if this offer right here, I mean, I'm telling you, so you have the $1,400 offer from Todd, plus John and I threw in our course, which is hundreds of dollars of value. So you're getting close to $2,000 worth of value for $300. In my books, that's a no-brainer. So plus, here's what we're going into is the holiday season. You're going to have some downtime. You're going to prep your mind so you are ready to rock it in 2016. I'm telling you, hashtag YOLO. If not now, then when? Don't put it off. Make a decision. Successful people make quick decisions, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Right, guys? That's what I'm saying. Makes sense to me.
I would listen to the Russian Hammer.
I'm listening to her. I'm ready to buy my own product right now.
Yes, you have got to do it. If you got the course, we are so proud of you. Like, if I could, like, give you a high five, if I could reach you through your computer and, like, high five you and throw you a fireworks show, I mean, that's where the magic happens. I mean, clearly, the more you pay, do you notice how that works? The more you pay, the more you pay attention, which is why I think this course, we really should be charging $3,000 because you would really be paying attention. But, hey, it's only $300, so it is what it is. So Deborah Jenkins ordered Cracking the Code. I am so proud of you. That is so awesome. So go ahead and also send us a message, Deborah, on My Lifestyle Academy so we can go ahead and make sure we get you all set up. Renee, yes. So you do that. It's Pacific time. Okay, so how do I say your name? Is it Jadek?
Congratulations to Cisco for investing in himself. He just got the first.
Cisco, you are the man. We are so proud of you. Can I tell you guys, seriously, that is amazing. So you're going to be blown away. I want you to really, let's face it, you're going to have to put your seatbelts on because your life is about to change, right? You're about to really get into the big leagues. The only thing we're missing is paparazzi and red carpet. That's coming your way, I'm here to tell you. So that is that. Todd, what can you say? Thank you so much. Can I just, like, tell you, you are the best seriously, your training was incredible. I was multitasking. I was taking notes. I was creating graphics because, I'm all about capturing the inspiration and sharing with the world. I think God really put me on this planet to lead his people to freedom. So I take that responsibility quite seriously. So I try to do as much as I can with what I got. But I just want to tell you, you are seriously amazing.
Well, thank you, and you guys are awesome as well. Power couple, and it's great to be associated with both of you, and I appreciate the opportunity to share. I mean, I kind of feel like all the people that helped me out along the way, I just kind of owe it to the profession to pay it forward, as you will. So thanks for having me again. You guys are awesome.
For those of you that are watching the replay, here's what we are going to do. So, Todd, as of tomorrow, let's talk this real quick before I let you go. So for people that are watching the replay, clearly they cannot take advantage, right, of the amazing promotion, which, is a total steal and a half. So so as of tomorrow, it goes back to regular price, right, which is $4.99?
It's $4.97, yeah. Yeah.
$4.97. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, here's what we will do. If you see the value in investing in yourself, now you will have to pay the full price, clearly, because the promotion ends, and which is why, for future you should participate in live webinars. But we will give you access. If you do buy at full price at $4.97, we're going to give you access to Social Network Marketing Academy, so it still makes it an amazing deal. So let's do that. And that's going to be available for 48 hours only. That's that. What do you think?
One thing, Nadia, that I will bring up is that page literally turns off. So
okay.
If somebody comes back and they do watch the replay and they're like, oh my God, I want to have that, and then they go to the website, first of all, the website's off. So
okay.
What I would suggest that they do is if they get to the end of that and they're like, hey, I want this, then to email you directly and then we'll work it out or something, because that page is literally turned off. I mean, this is not a fake promotion. It's a real promotion with a real end date. And so if they want it, we'll that's fine. They can still acquire it, but it's not going to be at the same price, and they're going to have to email you.
Got it. Okay, so that's problematic for sure. Oh, yeah. You guys, seriously, what can I say? Just be on the live webinar is what I'm saying, Todd. I think that's my big aha moment. If you're going to listen to information, do it live is how that works. Okay, cool. Sounds perfect. Baby, what can you add?
I think that's a wrap.
All right, you guys, appreciate it. I'm going to go finish packing for my speaking gig in L.A., and have yourselves a wonderful weekend. It was awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. So you guys have a good night. Thank you for being on, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Todd.
See you guys. Thanks so much. Bye.